So, you're a business owner and you're thinking about selling your company. This is, well, it's one of the biggest decisions you'll ever make, right? It's the culmination of years, maybe even decades of your life's work. So, the big question is, where do you even begin? In this explainer, we're going to map out that entire journey for you, creating a really clear guide for the path ahead. Look, you've poured your heart, your soul, everything into building something that lasts. You've made it work. But now, you might be looking at the horizon and asking yourself that huge question: what's my next chapter? And that's exactly what we're here to figure out together.
Okay, so the first and honestly the most important shift in mindset is to just reframe this whole thing. This is not an ending. Not at all. Think of it as a launch pad. It's about using everything you've built to propel you into whatever comes next.
Let's put it this way. You've successfully climbed a massive mountain. And now, standing at the top, you've earned the freedom to choose your next challenge, your next adventure, your next peak to conquer. And the real beauty of this moment is that the choice, it's all yours. Every great journey needs a map. For you, the seller, that map starts with a single, absolutely crucial number: your business's valuation. And this isn't just some price tag. It's the foundation of your entire strategy. It's the key that unlocks the door to serious buyers. This is the burning question, isn't it? And the truth is, there's no single magic formula. Valuing a business is kind of like an art and a science blended together. It takes hard data, but it also takes expert judgment. So what are the core methods the pros use to actually get to that number? All right, first up is what we call the market multiple approach. The easiest way to think about this is like checking the comps in real estate. It's all about looking at what similar businesses in your industry have actually sold for recently. This gives you a super powerful market-based estimate of what buyers are willing to pay, like right now. Now, for more established companies, the ones with a really stable, predictable profit stream, there's the capitalization of earnings method. With this one, we're not just looking in the rearview mirror. We're actually looking into the future, putting a value on the predictable cash flow your business is going to generate for its new owner. Then we have the asset approach. This one is perfect for businesses where most of the value is tied up in physical stuff, equipment, real estate, or maybe valuable intellectual property. It's a pretty straightforward calculation: what you own minus what you owe. Simple as that. Okay, now lean in for this next one because it's a huge deal for most owner-operated businesses. SDE, or seller's discretionary earnings. This method gets to the true total financial benefit an owner gets from the business. You start with the profit, then you add back things like your own salary, maybe some personal expenses you run through the business, all to show a buyer the full, real earning potential. And check out how SDE translates directly to value. This data is fascinating. As a business's earnings go up, the multiple a buyer is willing to pay, it goes up significantly. A business with over $1 million in SDE can get a multiple over 4.3x, while smaller ones are closer to 2.3x. And why is that? Well, higher earnings usually mean more stability, better systems, and way less risk for the buyer. The takeaway here is crystal clear. Higher quality earnings don't just add value, they literally multiply it. So you have your valuation. Your destination is officially on the map. But listen, you wouldn't try to climb Mount Everest without a team of expert guides, right? Well, you shouldn't try to sell your business alone either. Getting the right professional team together is absolutely critical for a successful journey. At its core, you really need 3 key players on your side. You've got your business advisor, that's your strategist. You've got your CPA, who's your tax genius, making sure the deal is structured to protect your bottom line. And you've got your attorney, who's your legal shield, handling all the contracts and minimizing your risk. And that quarterback analogy for the business advisor, it is perfect. They're the one calling the plays, coordinating all the other experts, the lawyers, the accountants, the banks, and making sure everyone is driving towards your goal. They are your #1 advocate in every single negotiation. All right, your destination is set, your dream team is assembled. Now it's time to actually start walking the path. The whole process of selling a business can seem really complex, but honestly, it can be broken down into a series of clear, totally manageable stages. So let's quickly walk through the 5 core stages. It all starts with preparation. That's getting your valuation done and all your documents in order. Next up is marketing, where you confidentially find and screen potential buyers. Then, the exciting part, offers and negotiations. After an offer is accepted, you hit due diligence, where the buyer gets to look under the hood. And finally, you get to the closing, where you sign the papers and plan the transition. See?
Each step just builds on the last one, making a clear path to the finish line.
Now, any big journey has potential pitfalls, right? And the path to selling a business is littered with these common myths that can totally derail you. So let's talk about how to navigate around a couple of the most dangerous ones. Okay, this one is a biggie. A lot of owners hear these stories and hope for a huge multiple. But the reality, which is backed by tons of data, is that most small to medium-sized businesses sell for about 2 to 3 times their sellers' discretionary earnings. Setting realistic expectations right from the start, that's the key to a successful sale.
And here's another myth, thinking you can be kind of casual about confidentiality. Nope, you can't. If word leaks that your business is for sale, it can spook your employees, your customers, even your suppliers. Strict confidentiality isn't just a suggestion, it is a critical strategy to protect the value of the very asset you are trying to sell. So, by following the map, by avoiding all the pitfalls, you finally arrive at your destination. This is the moment you've been working for, the successful sale of your business and the real beginning of your next great chapter. And here we are, full circle. A successful sale gives you that financial freedom you've worked so hard for. It liberates you from the day-to-day grind and lets you finally enjoy the fruits of your labor, whatever that might look like for you. We've laid out the entire map, from that first valuation all the way to the closing table. The journey is clear, it's transformative, it is absolutely achievable, and it unlocks a future with endless possibilities. The only question left is, are you ready to take that first step?